You don't ever forget meeting someone that you've been watching for years, and that happened just last week for me when I met the man behind Tractor Time with Tim, and that was Tim Marks. He's just a phenomenal creator on YouTube and is one of the largest I've ever met, and it was just an extreme honor to have him speak with me. So let's take a look. Hey y'all, this is Doug out at CAUSEY'S Care. Last Friday, which was November the 7th, my wife Cassie and I, along with a couple of friends, Joan and Lacey Blanton, traveled to Williamston, North Carolina, where we were going to the estate sale of Bobby Roberson. Bobby is he was the father of Christy Marks, and Christy is married to Tim Marks. They now live in Indiana, and you would better know Tim as Tractor Time with Tim. He's a very successful content creator with something like 260,000 subscribers. His YouTube channel is just very interesting. Obviously it's about tractors, but he's also doing a series right now on his shop that he's building. It goes through quite a bit of detail explaining how he came to the decisions of what he was putting in the shop and how he was building it and the design of it. So it was just very interesting to be able to talk with him and ask him a few questions about his YouTube journey. And it's something that I very much appreciate him doing and taking the time. Both he and Christy are just so down to earth, very humble about their success. And it was kind of a bittersweet time to have to meet them both, but I certainly appreciate that opportunity of them taking the time to speak with me. So let's get right into that video that we've got with Tim. We're out here on Bobby Roberson Road, and it was actually Bobby Roberson that this is the estate sale.
Absolutely.
It's kind of bittersweet to be able to meet you out here on circumstances like this, but this is Tim with Tractor Time with Tim. And I am a huge fan. I've watched you more than I do Brett Baird on Fox News. And every morning when I'm getting up, I'm always waiting to see, I click to see if you've got your video out.
Well, I appreciate that.
I really do. Between you, Stoney Ridge Farm,
Yeah.
Pete, the tractor guy, with just a few acres more.
Okay.
I got 4 or 5 that I watched, but I'm so enthralled with meeting him, I can't think of what I need to be saying right now.
And people wonder why I don't get my words right sometimes when I'm on camera, right? I mean,
exactly.
It's hard when you got the camera rolling. So.
And that's one thing I've been trying to get used to, because that was a couple of things I wanted to ask you about. Yeah. Was your journey with YouTube. I'm trying to get it started. I've got very few viewers, but I think I'm up to about 30 videos maybe. Yeah. And some of those were years and years ago that I didn't know what YouTube was about. So I'm just trying to get into it now with thumbnails and titles.
I don't know. I wish I knew the answers. If I knew the answers, we would have a lot more views than we have.
Well, you're doing good, I tell you.
For me, when I started, first of all, we were making videos for the family. We made videos so that Bobby could watch them here.
Well, one of the things that I was thinking about doing when I started, my son is just having his first child, and I'm getting old enough now, so maybe I need to do something from a legacy standpoint.
There you go.
And then I ran into all of this, so.
Yeah, it's really special. We've got videos of my parents, my dad, before he passed. You know, we had a video of my dad that he was out on his backhoe. We worked together on a project, and before we got that video published, he died.
Wow.
So we published the video after his death. I'm telling you, it was hard to do that editing.
I know it had to be.
So we started making videos for just the family, but I was also, at that time, there weren't very many small tractor videos. So we were trying to make videos that I wanted to watch. right? Because I was trying to evaluate whether I wanted a tiller or not, and I could not find videos that showed me the tiller in action and showed the close-ups the way I wanted. So I made videos that I wanted to see, and people started watching them. And that's kind of how we got started. We filled a need, basically, right? There was a need at that point. And that's what makes it difficult for me to help you, is because now there's just tractor videos galore, so much competition. Not all of them are high quality, but there's a lot of them.
Well, that's kind of the thing that I'm doing. I'm just trying to do things that I do around the farm. Last year I built a bunch of bluebird boxes, and I think this year we're going to build some. And one of the things I wanted to do with my bluebird boxes, like for the channels that I watch, I wanted to send you a bluebird box. And some of these other guys, and if I can get a little bit of a shout out from that, just to say, yeah, we had this one viewer that sent us a bluebird box, you know, just to see how that goes.
They're nice bluebird boxes.
Yeah, Lacey and Joan got one last year, because we did that. And I've got about 20 up around the farm.
Greenville, North Carolina, you got NC State all over you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. As much as you do out on the farm, you can't be going, well, you're not going to be going to Carolina because you're in Indiana.
No, but I married a Carolina graduate.
Oh, is she really? You know, I was liking her up until I was hearing about that just saying.
Well, I've got...
Tell us how you met her.
We met at church in Raleigh. I worked at IBM in the Research Triangle Park.
Okay.
And she always, the way she tells the story is, she walked into a Bible study one Wednesday night, and there were 7 guys and 1 other girl. And she looked around, she says, I believe I'll do all right here.
And that's one of the things I like about your videos, because they are Christian based, and you always have your verse at the end.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that.
Well, what do we have if we don't have faith?
Exactly. Hope
I mean, there is not any hope in this world. You started to say not much hope, but there is no hope without Jesus Christ. And I wish we could communicate it more bluntly and more clearly, but at the same time, we're a tractor channel, right? So we try to balance. We hope people can see our faith, but at the same time, you know, I'm not a preacher.
It's obvious.
So.
Well, I don't know what kind of channel I am, but I am doing.
He needs to figure that out. That's tip number 1.
Well, I'm trying. We do things around the farm. The last video I put out was a prescribed burn that we did.
Okay.
And I went through the process of doing that. We've done some. I've got some pollinator plots that we just got put in yesterday. Planting some longleaf tree, about 15 acres, in December. I've got a drone. So yesterday, I had crashed the drone before, so we got it fixed. One of my neighbors was able to fix it. So I'm out yesterday trying to fly it and film the guy on the tractor, and it says my gimbal won't work. And I went, oh, I thought we had this thing fixed. So I come back, got it back on the hood of my truck, and I'm looking around and getting it fired up again.
The plastic was still on the bottom. I've been there.
Exactly.
That's why I turned all that over to my wife.
Well, and that's part of my problem. I'm trying to do most of this by myself. I think this is the first time I've had anybody film it for me.
She's doing a great job.
Yeah.
You should give her a raise.
She's got it.
You sent me to work.
Well, anyway, I think I appreciate you being on the video with me.
Well, thanks for coming to visit.
Well, that was the reason we wanted to get out here, and I knew these ladies would probably want to walk through the house a little bit.
There's still a lot of stuff in there.
I bet so.
Thanks much.
Thank you. Well, I hope you can see my absolute pleasure in being able to talk with Tim Marks. I mean, that was just an opportunity of a lifetime. And just this morning, I received a comment back from Josh with Stoney Ridge Farms, and that kind of blew me away because he has, I believe he's got over 1 million subscribers. But I had commented that watching one of his videos, I saw him hooking up his equipment to the tractor, saw him taking the tractor in the field, getting everything going there. And while he was in the tractor, I noticed that he was flying his drone while he was actually doing the work. And I just commented about how much work goes into producing content that most everybody just doesn't see, and how difficult that I know that it is, just with the little bit that I'm trying to do now. And he commented back to me instead of just giving me a like. He commented, so I was just really happy about that too. So shout out to Josh, shout out to Tim, even Sandra and Chuck at Sheraton Park Farms. And I don't know if I mentioned Pete at Just a Few Acres, but these are guys that I just really like watching because they just make it look so easy, and I know it's not. So that's what we've got going on right now, and maybe one day all of my videos will improve to the point that I can be up there close to those guys. One of the things that I would just really love to be able to do with my YouTube channel is to finally get enough followers where I could have a little bit of success in obtaining maybe some brand deals. That would certainly be the optimum situation for me. One of the things that could really help me would be if I could somehow come up with the use of a skid steer with one of those heavy-duty bush hogs, where I could get in here, like an example right here after the burn, and go ahead and knock some of this stuff down so that maybe the grasses and forbs would even have a better chance of coming on, because we do have the sunlight coming to the ground now. That may be pie in the sky, but it would be certainly something that I would really like to see, because I watch guys like Sheraton Park Farms, Chuck and Sandra. I watch Stoney Ridge Farms. He's in, and both of those guys are in North Carolina, and they're doing well with what they do. So just to be able to emulate a little bit of what they do would be an ideal situation. Whether it actually gets that far for my channel, I don't know. But if it doesn't, that'll be all right. We'll still make do with what we have, even if we just use the fire only, which is certainly a recommended way. But we'll just keep going and see how this works out over time. And maybe I can make a little bit of progress step by step. So we'll just see what the future holds. And also, if you have any comments or suggestions on what I was just saying about obtaining some brand deals or some sponsorships, please let me know. I'm certainly open to advice. That's why I've been watching these guys' channels that I mentioned earlier, because they've been able to have some success doing that. But in any event, I would certainly appreciate you liking it. Give me some of those comments, share my video, and even better than all of that, subscribe and stay with me on this journey.